Imagine this scenario. Two people from the Stone Age. One of them has plenty of food and a sturdy shelter. The other, not so much. He's struggling with barely enough food and an unstable shelter. What do you think happens next? Well, the wealthier guy, who has enough to eat, is going to get stronger. With his strength, he'll be able to work harder, hunt better, and gather even more food. His shelter keeps him safe from danger, allowing him to rest and recover. He's thriving. Women from his tribe are going to notice that. He's got resources, and he seems safe. Naturally, they'll want to be with him, and together they'll have children. And those children, they'll have a much higher chance of surviving because they'll grow up with plenty of food and security. Now, let's fast forward to today. Replace food and shelter with money, and the picture stays the same. If you have money, you're not only able to buy food and shelter, but you can also live a healthier, more stable life. You have the opportunity to keep growing, mentally, physically, and financially. But if you're struggling with money, your options become limited, much like that second Stone Age person. You see, money affects us in ways most of us don't even realize. It changes not only how we live, but also how we think, how we relate to others, and even how our brains develop. Let's explore some fascinating experiments that show just how deeply money, or the lack of it, impacts our minds and lives. Study 1. Rosenzweig's rat experiment. How environment shapes the brain. Let's start with an experiment that might not seem directly about money, but is incredibly relevant to understanding how our environment, fueled by resources like money, impacts brain development. In the 1960s, scientist Mark Rosenzweig conducted a famous study involving rats. He placed some rats in an enriched environment filled with toys, activities, and social interaction, while others were kept in a basic, deprived environment. The results were astounding. The rats in the enriched environment developed significantly more neural connections in their brains compared to those in the deprived environment. Their brains were literally more complex, and they performed better in problem-solving tasks. This experiment revealed that a rich, stimulating environment leads to greater mental development. Now think about how this applies to humans. People with money can afford a variety of experiences: better education, travel, social interactions, and cultural exposure. All of this creates an enriched environment that helps their brains develop more neural connections, just like those rats. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving in a world filled with opportunities. Money gives you access to this kind of enriched life, which can sharpen your cognitive abilities and set you up for success. Study 2. Money shapes the brain. Let's move to a study from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Researchers found that children from wealthier families tend to have larger brain surface areas, especially in regions linked to language and executive function. This means they are often better at communicating, problem-solving, and making decisions. These skills naturally make it easier to succeed academically and professionally. So, from a young age, wealthier kids are primed for success because their environments, thanks to financial resources, support brain development. It's like they're given a head start, while those from lower income families may have to work much harder to catch up. Study 3. Money boosts creativity. Here's another interesting one. A study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that financial rewards can actually enhance creativity. Now, we often hear that money can't buy creativity, but in reality, when you have money, you have more freedom to take risks, explore new ideas, and try innovative solutions. The researchers found that financial security gave people the resources they needed to think outside the box. It wasn't the money itself that sparked creativity, but rather the peace of mind that came with it. Without the constant stress of worrying about basic needs, people could focus on higher-level thinking and problem-solving. So money doesn't just buy comfort, it can also unlock the creative potential in individuals and organizations. Study 4. Money's impact on health. Lastly, let's talk about health. A study from Harvard found that financial stress can wreak havoc on both mental and physical health. People who are constantly worried about money tend to experience higher levels of stress, which can lead to chronic health problems like heart disease and diabetes. The mental strain can also contribute to anxiety and depression. So let's connect all of this back to the Stone Age. Just like in those ancient times, the person with more resources, whether it's food, shelter, or now money, has a better chance of surviving and thriving. Money influences nearly every aspect of our lives, from brain development and health to creativity and relationships. It's not just a tool for buying things, it's a force that shapes the way we live and think. If you're finding this video valuable and want to explore more eye-opening content about money, survival, and success, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Your support helps us dive deeper into fascinating topics like this.